Welcome back to the Workbench, where uncut and unedited, you can watch me, just a guy, try to make things like the Accurate Miniatures McLaren M8B Can-Am car. This is what we've been working on. And in fact, last episode, we did the notorious Step 3, which was just a nightmare because there were so many problems with the kit itself. We've got those straightened out. Go check out episode 3 if you want to, or the previous episode, I should say, for Step 3. If you want to see that, you can check the playlist down in the description. But we're moving on now. Very gladly moving on to Step 4 and Step 5. I think we're trying to get both of these done today. I've got all the parts prepped up. In fact, these little hoses are part of Step 5. And so are these little guys over here. Let me move them out of the way. Step 4, we are going to be, what are the, I want to make sure we have what these things are called. So we got the anti-sway bar, and then I think this is just an anti-sway bar support, I guess. Oh no, it's a wing mount. Oh, this is gonna be the wing mount. Okay, so we've got the wing mount and an anti-sway bar we got to put in. So let's see. Let's just go. It says important. So well, let me see if I can show you guys. It says important. So let's read this real quick because I don't want to goof this one up. Glue only the left side of the rear anti-sway bar. That's this guy. In fact, let's get this all lined up how it should go. It's going to go here. Okay, so it says glue only. Okay, I've already got a question. It says glue only the left side. Now, there's a reason why we use driver side and passenger side. We use port and starboard side. We use drinker and what captain and drinker side. Which is the left side? Are we talking about how we're looking? I guess, assuming we're talking about how we're looking at it in the instructions, or you know what I'm saying? It depends on which way we look at this as to what the left side. I'm going to have to assume it's this side. Okay. So glue only the left side of the rear anti-sway bar to the lower rear surface of the left rear suspension upright in the left top of the upper rear suspension as shown. Do not glue the right side. They will be glued in place in step 17. After the shift, 17, that's like 2 months from now. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do, actually. We are going to skip forward, because this sounds important, because it sounds like there's a shift lever that's going to go in or something down the road here. So let's skip forward to step 17 and see which side that is, which side that actually goes on, so we know. Okay, let me make sure you guys can see along with me. There's supposedly a shift lever, so let me see what we got here. Glue fuel lines, fuel surge, fuel two caps, glue the left fuel return. Oh, shift lever. Install E91. E90. I mean, it's got to be back here, right? Where is E91? Guys, where is E? Am I blind? E91. Oh, it's this big long thing. Oh, I see. So that's going to go. Now, see, look at that. That goes. That's going to go on this side. What I was saying was the left side. Okay, so the left side, they're saying as you're sitting in the car, so left side to them is driver's side. It's got to be, because this is showing it. Let me double check this. See this rod that has to go back, and it inserts. Can you guys see this? It inserts here, which isn't even here yet. Or is it here yet? No, it goes into this right here. That little thing there. It's kind of being blocked by these hoses. If I move them out of the way, there we go. It's going to go to right there, which is kind of center, but we're going to call that the left. We're going to call that apparently the right side, so the passenger side. Okay, I'm glad I looked, because I would have glued the wrong side for sure. Okay, so we want to glue this side now. Where is our guy at? Here we are. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Let me make sure. In fact, let me give you guys a little better look here. Okay. We need to glue. Where does it go? It hits this little. There's a little hole here. Yeah, we've got a peg right there. Okay, let's make sure this all sits kind of in place. Do the old dry fit, and then that goes. What is the end? The end. It doesn't really. Oh, I see. It goes. Yeah, just right. Right where? Just kind of up against the. Is this supposed to go way down here? Is this like way out of shape? It very well might be. I think, is this supposed to go way over here? I think so. It's supposed to go there. But we'll glue it there, no problem. Okay, but only this side. Okay, so let's only glue that side. What I'm going to do, let me pull our little glue tray thing we've got going here. I'm going to use our Starbond CA glue. Get your discount down in the description. Whoops, and I think I've glued the lid to it. Can I get this off? That's what my trusty channel locks are always for. Get my lid off of there. Ah, yeah, there you go. Always glue your lid of your CA glue to your bottle. That's a good top tip. Okay, so let's get us some glue out here on the little tray we made out of cardboard. And I'm going to use our trusty paper clip because I want to just hit these spots right. I mean, very specific locations here. And this is going to go over. Let me double check that. That's where it's showing it is over here. It's supposed to go right in here on top of this ridge. You guys probably can't even see it. There's a little kind of just ridge right there that's supposed to sit on. Let me make sure I can get some. A little bit of glue on there. Okay, now another top tip: move that out of the way before you make a mess of yourself. That's from experience. I've learned that one. Okay, so let's make sure and get this top side glued up correctly. I want to make sure this side gets placed. I want it to be placed in place. I guess that's how you say that. I wanted to make sure it's where it's supposed to go, and then because I don't, I want to. When it comes time to glue it in place, I want to make sure it's able to. And then let's see if I can move this out here where it's supposed to go, right there. So it reaches perfectly fine. In fact, there it's sticking. It kind of hits, whoops, it moved. I need it to stay right on that ledge there. If I can get it to hold. If I had a third hand, I'd spray it with the accelerant over there. Okay, no, I thought I could go fast enough. I think we're just popping the paint loose at this point. Let me grab some more glue now that that paint's kind of removed. Yeah, I had a comment about, what's better on painted to painted pieces, CA glue or like the Tamiya solvent. I mean, the answer is neither. You should clean the paint. Don't do what I do. Clean the paint off of your pieces and glue plastic to plastic. But usually, actually, if I need to glue kind of painted to painted pieces, the solvent works better because it kind of dissolves the paint and then melts the plastic together. It kind of just melds everything together. But if I need a quicker connection, like what I'm wanting to do here, because I'm always in a hurry. I guess I shouldn't be, but I feel like I'm always in a hurry filming these because, I want to make progress. I don't want you guys sitting around watching glue dry. In fact, now that it's sticking. There we go. See, with CA glue, there we go. Now, that's not as good a connection because the CA glue, it's literally just gluing painted surface to painted surface. So the adherence we have for that piece is actually how well the paint sticks, not how well the CA glue sticks. Does that make sense? But with a solvent, it kind of just melds it all together. But again, my opinion, if you can, and I should, and I just don't, you can scrape the paint off, usually even just kind of scratch it a little bit, put some scratches in there. But, do as I say, not as I do, I suppose. All right, so we leave that side just like that, from what I can figure. So that's going to give us the ability, my thought is the ability to pick that up, run the... What does that do for us? I really don't know, but I'm gonna follow the instructions. My thought was that you'd be able to pick that up, run that shifter underneath there. In fact, you can't even see what I'm doing. We'll be able to pick this up. I'm not going to move it right now, but pick that up, shove that shift underneath, and let it back down. But I guess it maybe. I think maybe it rides right. I think maybe it rides. There is a little gap. Let me see if I can show you guys. There is a little gap right in there. You probably can't see it, but I guess that's where that shifter bar is supposed to go, that linkage. All right, anyways. So now we're going to glue the wing mount C53, which is, where'd you go? I have you somewhere. I painted you. Where's anyone? This is what the monkey head's for. I'm supposed to be putting everything in the monkey head. Did I lose it when I flipped all the pages? That's probably what happened. I sure did. I shoved it way back there. Okay. I've learned my actions. I do that all the time. I blow on something, I flip a page, and little pieces go flying, and they're never to be found again. I've done it 100 times. That's why I employ the monkey head to keep parts in, but I have not. I didn't do it. Anyways, glue the wiring mount, or the wing mount. Sorry, this thing to the top of the upper rear suspension cross members. The support is located side to side by gluing the rear mounting. That's too much reading. I'll just read the bold stuff. Pay close attention to the illustration for orientation. This is a critical step. Make sure the wing support is parallel to the upper rear suspension cross member, and the outer upright attachment points are centered over the axle center lines as shown. No, none of that meant anything to me. Let's just glue this thing on here. Let's see. I used the pictures. That's I can barely read, so pictures works better. Let's see. This shows it here. Where does it show it mounting in the back? Oh, I see. There's those two little spots on the transaxle case. It's gonna be like so, and then we're supposed to be parallel. Let me read it again. Make sure the wing support is parallel to the upper rear suspension cross member, which is that guy right there, I'm assuming. And the outer upright attachment points are centered over the axle center line. Well, this is where we're probably going to come into trouble. I have a feeling our axles are not where they're supposed to be. That's just I guess we're about to find out. So these that goes, where the heck does that go? Those mount to there, which is it? They're pointing in front of it. So let me see. Is that we are seriously off? I believe this is supposed to be centered. Let me show you. So where it shows it mounting is basically right. If I can get it to do. Oh my goodness! Please just do. Basically right here-ish. And hopefully you guys can see how far off that is. It needs to go way up here. If those want to be centered, they're showing it here centered on the axles. I am mounting it the correct direction, yes. I had a feeling that those were forward of where they should be, and I don't know why. I mean, there's only so much, so what's holding the top of this here, that's how long it is. I mean, I don't have any more length to that. I can't, same with this one. I can't push it out any further. This is I believe this is just a really jacked up kit. I've had people in my comment section telling me, this problem, that problem, the other problem you're going to have. Like that one on that side's close. Can I make them? Maybe I can just make it kind of work as to where I'm. Put these, make it kind of close. I think this is the one that's kind of off. It's been this side. This is the side that the header was bad, and this side is good. So it's not like this. It's not like the bulkhead is shifted some direction, because this side seems to be all correct. It's just everything on this side is very wrong. Well, I mean, again, I think we just kind of go with it. We just glue it where it should be. I guess I can, I'm just going to glue it where it should go. And what else can we do besides maybe, maybe oops, I think I just knocked, oh no, it was this. Okay. I don't know. We'll just see how the wheels work out and whatever else connects to these uprights. But we've got to keep moving forward at the end of the day. So I think what I'll do, I think I'm going to just CA glue this stuff in place too. Can you hear the depression in my voice? I was so excited about this kit. I really thought it was going to be a nice kit. There's a lot kind of going wrong here, and I don't think it's what I'm doing. I really don't. There's a little booger right there. Let me scratch that off. Okay. Let me glue. So I need to glue just put a little dot of glue. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to go dot of glue here, and then I got to put dots of glue on the fronts of those little V mounts here, whatever you want to call them. right in there. Always move our CA out of the way. And then now let's just place these where they show it going. And again, at the end of the day, if we end up having to turn this into a wrecked car, where that axle's gotten, shoved out of the way or something, I'm going to try to mount it as close as I can to being right. So try to tip it forward. I think maybe it's supposed to go right there. Right there. I mean, it's close. Let me see if I can straight. That's close. I'm not going to lie. That's close. I don't know how well you guys can see it. So we're here and here. So it might just be, I mean, that might be, yeah, we're close. I need to make sure we're centered here, though. This one's pretty good, I think. It just seems like I think our wheels are going to be a little cocked. I don't know if I can do anything about that necessarily. So we're just going to go with it. But that's pretty close. Those mounts are pretty close to where they're saying it's supposed to be once I got them mounted on there. We'll find out. We'll find out. How about that? Okay, so let's move on. Let's keep moving ahead here to step 5. I haven't been actually checking off the boxes, but that's okay. After sanding, what do I have to sand? The circumference of the round pin slightly on the bottom of the magneto base. Why do I have to sand the round pin? You couldn't make it the right size? D65. To allow for a better fit, glue the magneto base to the top of the fuel meter. Let's see how well it fits and how much I need to sand off. So this goes like so. This is going to sit square. Will you sit in there? You don't even come close to sitting in there. Why would they not? I guess it's just too small. They need you to... Okay, well, I'm just going to shave it down with the El Exacto knife right to that shoulder that it's supposed to kind of mount down to, like so. And now let's see what we get from that. Will you slide all the way in there for me? Yep. I believe so. I got a little booger here that I needed to clean up, but I'll go back and clean up the... Oh, no, that's just part of the shape. Okay. Now this, it shows, I think this little square peg part, I guess is supposed to be perpendicular. Does it say glue the longer end of the fuel? Okay, that's that. Make sure the square locator, there we go, square locator at the top of the magneto base is parallel to the direction of, is parallel to the direction of the engine. What? It's not what it shows in the picture. And orient the small bolt head at the top of the magneto base toward the rear. Okay, so where's the small bolt head? What small bolt head are we referring to? I guess, is it that little guy there, that little thing? But here's the okay. Here's the problem. Okay, so they're showing, so the engine sits this way. They're showing this square thing sitting this way. A long time since I've taken geometry. It's been a long time. I mean, a long time. But if I remember right, that's perpendicular. This would be parallel. So what are they talking about? Are they talking about being parallel to the back of the motor, I guess? Like we're saying, oh my goodness gracious. Okay. We could be, I mean, I like that they're giving very detailed instructions, but it might be making things worse. I'm just going to go, okay. I know that the actual magneto top is right, the cap is right here. So you know what I'm going to do? Let me clip this thing off. And we're going to see how it actually needs to sit. I don't know if it really... That is the magneto top, right? I guess so. Maybe it's not. Maybe I just clipped the part I didn't need. Let me see. Where do we actually install the cap? Oh, boy. Oh, no. This is actually that piece. Okay, so that's not the, that's not the cap. This is the cap, huh? So, is it? No, there's got to be something that sits on top of this. This doesn't. Oh, I see. So that's going to sit on. Okay, that's going to. So where is that? Where are the wires? That'll tell us which way this thing has to sit. Here it is. It's in the black. So, well, the wires are just square. It's not. Okay, I'm done. We're going to just do it by the picture, which shows it being, if you want to call it parallel to the motor this way, but to me, to me, this is the line of the motor. The crankshaft is the line of the motor, and this would be perpendicular to said line, not parallel. But that's what we're going to go with. Let me just drop, where's my glue? Again, I'm just going to drop some CA down in there. Do I have any? I'm the king of wasting CA glue, but that's all right. I can go down to the description and get a discount on some more. Okay, let's, yeah, and I am, yes, okay, it is, okay, here, yeah, okay, oops, and then, yeah, I mean, it shows this rectangular box thing the same direction as, like, you know, this line here. So let's just, you know, we'll go off that. And they said there's supposed to be some kind of screw head on this, but I don't see anything. So I'm just going to put it in and then rotate it. I'm going to put that towards the back. Whoops. I can't even see. The black all just blends together. Looks like it goes like that. I know you guys can't see because I can't even see. Yeah, I think that's going to be it right there. I'm going to push it in nice and firm, and hopefully we're straight. Looks like it. Looks pretty good. Okay. Excellent. And then this sits. Man, I can't see. The black just makes it hard to see anything. There's supposed to be a spot. It sits. Oh, yeah, right there in the middle. How in the world does that get in there? Is that where that goes? Because it looks like what they're cutting away the fuel injection here. They've cut it away, and it's supposed to mount right in there. It looks kind of crooked, though. It's not sitting straight, and I think that's because it's hitting. Yeah, it's hitting back here. How do you make? Is there another? Oh, it's supposed to sit on top of that. I think my back wing mount thing is too high. That's supposed to be on top. No, I guess that's making it. Yeah, that's supposed to sit on top like so. Okay, well, I mean, it's making it for the most part. It's about, you know, for the way the rest of this model is going, it's about right, I guess. But there is a little spot for the distributor, or the magneto, however you say it, to fit right there. So let's take. I'm gonna grab this by that deal so I can make it perpendicular and try to go straight down in there. Is this supposed to sit that tall? Yeah, it does. It shows it way. Oh, we have stacks that come off the top of that, don't we? Okay, off the top of the fuel injection. That's why it's. Yeah, I think it needs to sit a little further forward in there. Whoops, is the problem. Let me see if I can kind of wedge it in there. I don't know. I think that's going to be okay. I don't know if we're making it down. You know what? I'm just going to go underneath our wing mount. It seemed to fit in there better. It's got this little tail on us. The problem I'm having is hitting our wing mount we just put in. I'm going to try to go underneath. I think our wing mount's a little high. It's a little high so that I could line it up, get it lined up with the axles. That's fine. It'll be fine. We're going to ignore it, right? We'll just assume it's going to work. That seems to be okay there. Are we in my little glue puddle? I think so. It's sitting, it's not sitting very centered, but it feels like it's falling in to the slot okay, it's where that seems about right. I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, I can see the hole right there. Yeah. And this, yeah. Okay, so let's just re-glue it. I think all the messing around with it, we've kind of lost our glue point there. I don't know. My theory is if it doesn't work, just more glue. That's generally, not the right answer, but that's the answer I go with. All right, get in there. Okay, so I have to take that to the side. There we go. There we go. And that seems pretty legit. We're almost quote unquote parallel / perpendicular / whatever that direction is. Okay, you know what I'm going to do now? All right. Just give the whole thing a good squirt, and that should have us good to go. Now we've got a couple lines we need to put on. Can you guys see the instructions anymore? I probably need to back the camera out just a hair so you can see the instructions here. We've got oh, I flipped ahead. I forgot. We've got this line, whatever this is, whatever H61 is. Well, what's next? We'll see. Glue the longer end of the fuel return lines, H157. So these are the fuel return lines, which are these guys here. They're going to sit like so. Looks like that's the little fuel gauge goes there, or that is the fuel gauge. Glue the longer rear end of the fuel lines, the end with the small pin, into the hole underneath the rear of the fuel meter. What? Oh, okay, over here. So these have to go in. Holy Jesus. Over here, they have to go in under there. You gotta be. Allowed to dry. Completely glue the fuel meter assembly to the locator at the rear of the intake manifold assembly. Check the alignment, blah, blah, blah. What? Okay, so this one goes here. That one goes, oh, it's going to go to there. Okay. There. Okay, so this, I'm not even sure what the hell this is gluing into. I'm not going to lie to you. Is it glue into the side of it? It shows it going to the bottom, but it's angled this way. I think it's supposed to go. And then how do we run it? Do we go under that? Anyone? Let me see if I can see it. Oh, no, it goes on top of the motor. Oh, I see. It's right here. Okay, it sits on top of the motor like this. It goes this way like this. Okay. Okay, that makes perfect sense now. Okay, so that goes there. Okay, and it is going to have to mount into the side of it, not in, and then this goes kind of underneath, I guess. And is there something, like there's a spot here, is that, no, that it goes, and then those just kind of stick out over there. Okay. Okay, this runs underneath. Are y'all following my mumbling here? That back line goes underneath the fuel block thing, Madoohickey here, and then the other one is supposed to go into it. I'm not sure how that's going to happen because it's not exactly long enough. Let me just use this and tuck it in underneath. Really? Go. What? About pulled the wing mount off. I might just have to like kind of just glue it here. See, it's supposed to sit right down in like so. We've got to leave, there's a little, something's going to mount right there because there's a peg there that we're going to have to use. Oh, and I think my window people have just arrived. So what I think we're going to do, we're going to call it here. I think we're going to finish this up tomorrow. I've got people coming to do some window stuff, fix some windows. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I can hear the dog barking at the door. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Do those things you do on YouTube with the subscribe and everything, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.